Hey everyone, well, welcome back to Extreme Machine Makeover. Extreme Makeover Machine Edition. We have to do a little bit of work to get this machine back to what I want to call snuff. So, first things first, there's some old caulk around the joints, the way covers. I'm gonna take that, scrape it off. I'm gonna vacuum out all the old chips. I'm gonna take the way covers and I'm gonna slide them back respectively so I can get to the ways. I'm gonna check the scales, I'm gonna clean the ways, any chips that are there, we're gonna spray Dawn all over it, degrease it, shop vac it out, get it nice and clean, and then we're going to grease all of the axes, so X, Y, Z. We're gonna change the fluids on A and C. We're gonna put in high pressure additive. I'm doing this in my spare time, kind of on the side, mornings and evenings. So this will probably take a good month. Probably won't see this machine cutting any metal until early February because this tear down and rebuild, doing all the fluids, you know, fixing the bellows and everything is gonna take a little bit of time. But let's get started and see if we can get it done faster than that. Here we go. All right, so first things first, they have kind of caulked some of these joints, which is great, but the caulk is all crusty and old, so I'm gonna go ahead and scrape that off, get it out of here, do the same thing over on this side, and then we'll bust these way covers back and see what's hiding for us underneath. Probably gonna be pretty scary. I doubt that this has ever been done on this machine. We'll find out when I see if there's any of these screws missing for the way covers. I also just put all of my body weight on this orange goo, and now it's on my hoodie, so that's awesome. Oh, let's get this off of here. All right, I'm going in. Wish me luck. Look at this thing I just peeled off the side of the trunnion. It's like a coolant chip it's like an artifact. You could like break it like a wafer. And I'm willing to bet the entire side of this trunnion that hasn't seen the light of day in like 30 years is probably caked with this entire thing. But if I send new coolant over this and it gets in with the new coolant, that will just make it disgusting. So I need to try and get all of this kind of stuff out of here. Guys, I have to document this side of the trunnion. It's just like the most disgusting thing. Like, look at that. Now that is the kind of stuff. This is why we're here, folks. That kind of stuff. You just cannot... I can't accept that in my machine. I won't do it. Ooh, look at that one. That's a winner, folks. All right, here's a little looky at the undercarriage of the chip screws. Just kind of everything going on here. You can tell that we've got some work ahead of us. I mean, look at it. Like, who does that, you know? This gunk is a 1/4 inch thick. I don't know if you can see it peeling back, but yeah, I mean, we may as well be making taffy in here. That is just unacceptable. People, you cannot let your machines turn into this. That's just so stupid. All right, I'm just sending a bunch of the gunk out through the machine. Chip conveyors. I've just scraped a bunch out, sending a bunch out. Look at that. It's just like the gnarliest. And there's a lot of it. Just coming right out. So I'm probably gonna keep spraying some degreaser in there. Because there's just a ton of just this gross old chips. Look at that. Pretty bad. I'll probably take a rag, stick it in the chip conveyor, run the rag through a couple times, just to try and get a bunch of the gunk that's down in there out. I don't want that to end up in my coolant tank. So I've tilted the trunnion up. The chip evacuation looks like it's pretty good in here. It all comes down the side, goes out this left-hand side chip conveyor. But just need to get that all cleaned, gonna get all the gunk out of there. It's coming together pretty good though. I mean, it's dirty, but we are getting it cleaned up. Well, I'm on what? Probably hour 16 of cleaning the mill. It's going good, but man, there's been a lot of gunk in this thing. Just lots of stuff that I'm like literally having to chip off and then degrease, let it sit for a few days, come back, start the process over again. I mean, just bolt holes and stuff that have like just dirt. It's literally like, all I could describe it is as dirt. Like so much of this kind of stuff where I don't even know what you would call it, but it's just, it like just looks like dirt. So I've taken this screwdriver and put a point on it, and I've literally gone to a bunch of these bolt holes and I'm just having to dig it out because I don't want this stuff in my machine. Like, it will bug me so bad. Well, here's your look inside of what a MU-400 looks like, and probably a Genos M460. So if you've ever wondered what the inside of a Genos M460 looks like, this is probably almost exactly what it looks like, maybe a few variations. Casting, straight back, you've got rails here, big ball screw in the middle here, and then I have a Y scale here. Here's the way cover compressed in. Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like here underneath. Then you can see straight underneath, goes out to the back. And I'm just trying to get a lot of this gunk out. I've already scraped a bunch out, but there's just this black goo in here. There was a bunch on these rails, so cleaning these off, gonna get the blocks cleaned up a little bit, and then I'm going to re-grease everything so that there's fresh grease on this, the ball screws. Just want to make sure it's all nice and clean. This is the cleaned up version. You can see the scale in there. You can see the Y ball screw. You can see our rails. It's been a lot of work. There's a lot of grime that I've chipped away. There's a lot that I've ragged out, lots of gross chips. But I feel really good about this. I feel like this is the right way to clean this. Next is to bust off these bellows and do X, and then do a little bit of Z. Z will be a lot harder to get to. We'll just get grease on everything and make sure that it's all moving really nice. All right, well, pardon the flashy light here. I have this nice big spotlight that I'm using, but the frame rate doesn't work great with the camera. So that's my disclaimer. But here's the X bellows. I'm gonna pull this back. You guys can see what's hiding behind the X-axis bellows. So we have the X-axis, we have the ball screw, we have the linear rails here, and they don't look like they have very much grease on them. It's gonna be nice to get them greased up. There's also the X-axis linear scale in here. So there's the scale for the X-axis. Just gonna clean the grime off that. But super impressed with the engineering of this Okuma. If I ever have to service either this X or Y motor, they're super accessible. Much easier to access than my other machines have been. Everything looks like it's still super clean. Like, I'm surprised because this bellows has been broken that there's not more gunk up in here, but really the gunk is just superficially here on the bottom. I'm not too worried about it. We're gonna get this cleaned up. We're gonna get fresh grease on this. I'm gonna leave the bellows off until I've shot grease through the lines just to make sure that everything's coated well with the grease, and then I'll reinstall the bellows. This bellows I'm going to fix with some rivets. I have an idea of how to fix it, so we'll fix that up. And then I'm gonna clean this ball screw up just a little bit. I want that to be nice and shiny. It's caked with some grease here. I'm gonna clean that ball screw all the way and then grease it again. All right, well, this is what it looks like with the covers all peeled back. Nice and clean. We've got this all cleaned up. Here's our X scale here. Here's our Y scale down here. And there's a little bit of grease in here still superficially, but the meat of it has all been cleaned and we're ready to grease everything. So gonna grease the ball screws, gonna grease the ways, then run it a little bit back and forth. This sucker should be about as good as when it came off the factory floor. Last thing to do will be to swap out the high point oil for this gearbox and this one down here. And we'll be ready to cut some metal. We're gonna go ahead and grease up the ways, and the grease comes, this is $100 thing of grease for the Okuma. It's called Kaido Yule Temp. It's all Japanese. I've never seen grease in a thing like this. I'm gonna put it in my grease gun and hopefully it comes out the right way like grease is supposed to, but I don't know. This could be really cool or it could suck. I don't know. I don't know what to expect from it. So I'm gonna put it in the grease gun, release the plunger, and hopefully this will work in a normal American style grease gun. I don't know what I'm doing. This is not working. I don't know what this thing does or how it works. I think I'm just gonna have to cut the top off with a box knife and try and put it back in the grease gun. I don't know what's going on. Well, unfortunately, these last couple days have not gone very smooth. I have been greasing the ways and the ball screws. There's a master grease port on the back of the machine, and the main line that supplies all of these trunks here, it's all the way gummed up, like I can't get any grease through it. So what I've done is I have taken each individual grease fitting off, and I'm just screwing the grease gun into them directly, and I'm gonna grease them that way. And then every so often, I'm just gonna have to pull all of those off and do that until I can get a new grease line on. I think this will work good because I'll make sure that all of the bearings have the grease in them that they need. The only thing that sucks is not being able to go to the back of the machine and just shoot it in. It's gonna be kind of a pain in the butt, but I'd rather do it this way and make sure that everything has grease than run these all dry. I mean, it kind of looked like the guy previously had not greased it in a while, because the grease was all hardened on the end of the ball screws. And so I think it might have been a while since it's been greased. There's no way to lube these lines where the spindle is, and so I had to come back here and I've had to cut them, and then I had to rig up this tool where I can get a grease gun hooked onto a 1/4 inch poly tube, and I am pumping grease through these manually. Let's see if you can see it here. So just pumping it into the block. All right, well, I'm out of time to film for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. The next time we are on, hopefully we'll be cutting some chips with this. I'm really excited to run some code through it, see how it runs. Hopefully everything's ready to go. It took a lot of time to clean this. Well over 20 hours worth of cleaning, degreasing, sending crusty caked on chips out the back, chip screw, just collecting a ton of water that I had sprayed through that sprayer with degreaser in it. But I'm really excited about it. I think it's gonna run great. So look for the next video. Thanks for being here. Thanks for sludging through the grime with me and just taking part in my journey. I hope to see you next time. Take care.